Hello, welcome. Thanks for stopping into my study today. This morning I was reading the Word and then was inspired and wrote a prayer of formation. So I want to share that with you today. I hope you have been just having morning musings with God, just reflecting, meditating, and really just engaging with Him in the place of prayer, in the place of meditation and contemplation. So it was in Ephesians, so I'll grab my Bible over here. Got my cup of coffee, as always. Gotta have my coffee. Let's see, it's Ephesians 5, verse 2 is the scripture that I was reading, and it says this: And walk in love, as Christ loved us, and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. Powerful truth there in that scripture. Walk in love. This is our assignment. The Apostle Paul, also speaking to his mentee Timothy, said the aim of our charge is love. Love is the fulfillment of the law. I mean, obviously he's also penned 1 Corinthians chapter 13, the love chapter. But walk in love, but as Christ has loved. And I love that it says, as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. So when we walk in love, one, we're walking as Christ. It's all as Christ. Ministry as Christ, walking in love as Christ. We are called to walk as Christ. So we look to Him as our reference point. We look to Him as our example of living, and because ultimately He's living His life through us by faith. It is no longer us who live, but it's Christ who is living in us and through us by His Spirit. So this says again, walk in love, as Christ loved us and gave Himself up for us. And again, I love that script, that ending, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. So when we walk in love, we are, yes, we're releasing that aroma of grace and love to those around us and everybody around us. If we're, walking in it purely, or gets to taste or experience our expression of love. But this says that a fragrant aroma is lifted up to God as we bring our sacrifice of love to the world around us. So as we walk in love, there's an aroma released to those around us, but there's a fragrance offered up that is pleasing to God. So man, I want to walk in love. This is, the ultimate aim of our life. And out of that, I just was inspired by that specific line, walk in love as Christ loved. And I wrote this little prayer of formation. It's called As Christ, and something that could be just prayed or meditated on or spoken out as a prayer up to the Father as Christ. So let me read this to you. Walk in love as Christ loved. Offer yourself up as Christ gave Himself. Extend mercy as Christ is merciful. Lead with patience as Christ is patient. Show kindness as Christ is kind. Humble yourself as Christ is humble. Seek not your own as Christ did the Father's will. Be silent under wrong as Christ the meek lamb. Rejoice in the truth as Christ is the truth. Endure all things as Christ bore the cross. Be a fragrant perfume as Christ the aroma of grace. Lay down your life as Christ was put to death. Be His hands and feet as Christ was pierced by nails. Do good to all as Christ did good to all. Yield to the Spirit as Christ was anointed with power. Walk in new life as Christ rose again. So that's my little prayer formation, as Christ. I pray that encourages you, and maybe you could pray it, or maybe you could write your own prayer, or make your own prayer that you can lift up to the Father to begin to live as Christ, to live as Him, to walk as Him, to love as Him, And I just pray that we would be his hands and feet to the world around us. So I hope this blesses you. You take care. Until next time, bye.